The fastest way to unlock an avoidance capacity for genuine love is to offer yours without conditions, expectations, or demands for reciprocation. This doesn't mean accepting poor treatment or sacrificing your own needs. It means loving them from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, giving because you want to give rather than because you need something in return. When an avoidant encounters love without strings attached, it's revolutionary for their nervous system. They've spent their entire life experiencing love as transaction. People give affection expecting emotional availability in return, offer care expecting gratitude and reciprocation, provide support expecting access to their inner world. This transactional love always feels like debt to the avoidant, creating pressure and obligation that triggers their flight response. But when someone loves them simply because they choose to, without needing proof of their worthiness or promises of their emotional availability, it creates a completely different experience. The avoidant realizes they're not being loved for their potential to change or their ability to meet someone's emotional needs. They're being loved for exactly who they are right now, flaws and limitations included. This unconditional love becomes a safe harbor where the avoidant can finally relax their defenses. They don't have to perform emotional availability to earn affection, don't have to pretend to be more open than they are to maintain connection, don't have to constantly worry about disappointing someone who's expecting them to be different. When love comes without conditions, they can finally receive it without fear. Accept their way of showing love instead of demanding your preferred version. Avoidants express love differently than anxiously attached people, and recognizing their unique love language is crucial for helping them feel genuinely loved in return. While others might show love through words and emotional expressions, avoidants often demonstrate care through actions, problem-solving, loyalty, and consistent presence during difficult times. When you appreciate the avoidant's way of loving instead of criticizing them for not loving like you do, it validates their emotional authenticity and makes them feel truly seen. They realize you understand and value their particular form of affection rather than trying to convert them into a different type of lover. The avoidant might show love by remembering details about your life and following up on things that matter to you, offering practical help during stressful periods, being reliably present even when they're not emotionally expressive, or demonstrating loyalty through their actions rather than their words. When you recognize these gestures as genuine expressions of care, it encourages the avoidant to love more freely. This acceptance of their love language creates positive reinforcement that makes the avoidant want to express affection more often. They realize their natural way of caring is appreciated and valued, which makes them feel safe to show love without fear of it being rejected or deemed insufficient. Give them space to miss you and choose you freely. The counterintuitive secret to earning an avoidant's genuine love is to make your presence in their life completely voluntary rather than obligatory. This means resisting the urge to pursue them when they withdraw, allowing them to come back on their own timeline, and maintaining your own fulfilling life, whether they're present or absent. When the avoidant realizes you won't chase them, won't make them feel guilty for needing space, and won't punish them for their natural rhythms of connection and independence, they experience something rare, the freedom to choose love rather than feeling trapped by it. This voluntary participation makes their eventual return to you feel like genuine desire rather than obligation or pressure. The space you give them allows them to experience authentic missing, which is crucial for developing genuine attachment. When they're not constantly managing someone else's emotional needs or defending against pursuit, they can actually feel the absence of your laugh, your comfort, your understanding. This missing becomes the foundation for real love, rather than reactive guilt or sympathy. Your independence also demonstrates that loving you won't cost them their autonomy or identity. They realize they can maintain their sense of self while also caring deeply about you. That connection with you enhances rather than threatens their independence. Be consistently emotionally stable regardless of their behavior. Avoidants are drawn to emotional stability like moths to flame because it represents the safety they've been searching for their entire life. When you remain calm, grounded, and emotionally regulated, regardless of their hot and cold behavior, it creates a psychological sanctuary they've never experienced before. This stability doesn't mean being emotionless or suppressing your needs. It means maintaining your center and responding thoughtfully, rather than reacting emotionally to their patterns. When they withdraw, you don't panic or pursue. When they're affectionate, you don't become clingy or demanding. When they're testing your boundaries, you maintain them calmly without drama or punishment. This consistent emotional equilibrium shows the avoidant what secure love actually looks like. They realize that healthy love doesn't create chaos, doesn't require walking on eggshells, doesn't involve dramatic emotional swings or intense pursuit and withdrawal cycles. Your stability becomes a model for the kind of relationship they didn't know was possible. Over time, your emotional consistency helps regulate their own nervous system. Being around you becomes associated with peace rather than anxiety, safety rather than threat, comfort rather than overwhelm. This neurological pairing of your presence with calm allows them to open their heart without triggering their flight response. Show them their walls are safe to lower with you. The ultimate way to inspire genuine love in an avoidant is to prove through your actions that vulnerability with you leads to acceptance rather than judgment, to deeper connection rather than loss of autonomy, to increased safety rather than danger. This requires incredible patience and consistency as you slowly demonstrate that their walls are unnecessary with you. When the avoidant does share something vulnerable, resist the urge to push for more or use their openness as leverage for greater intimacy. Instead, receive their vulnerability with gratitude and grace, showing them that opening up to you creates closeness without cost. Never use their moments of openness against them during arguments or pressure them to be more vulnerable than they're ready for. Prove that loving you is safe by never trying to change them, never making their attachment style wrong, never punishing them for their emotional rhythms. Show them that genuine love creates space for people to be exactly who they are, while also encouraging their natural growth and healing.